if we get up maybe in the middle of the
It
meeting.
is live. All right.
Thank you. I would like to call the meeting for the Finance Committee to order. Can I have a motion to approve the minutes of the last meeting? I'm assuming everyone received those.
You have that motion?
Second.
All in favor, aye?
Aye.
All right, any opposed? Thank you. Our start time was 11 what?
13.
Ooh, I have 11:17.
Well, I had 11:13 because you guys had to be in session in order to approve the recording.
Okay, thank you. All right, so, it's that time of year. It is time for the budget. I didn't get a chance to speak with the mayor, but the first thing I guess I would have asked him would be, have you reached out to your departments to get their, budget, items for 2026? Has that been approached?
Yes. Yes, so the village employees for the street garage, they have been asked to compile a list.
Do you know when we'll have that?
It was not, that probably would be for the mayor. That
Okay.
hasn't, that date hasn't been.
Okay.
given.
I have a very firm timeline here that I would like to have approved, that we stick by. So
I think
we'll,
the first reading was the last reading was November the 24th. That would have been the date that, I think, from the last meeting, that we've agreed that would be the third reading.
I have it November 15th, but mine aren't council dates. So you said the 24th?
Yes.
Perfect. All right, thank you for that, Courtney. So we don't have any public comments as far as the budget's concerned. This is why I want to just be clear, this is why we publicize these meetings. So as we said in council, anyone can come.
Correct.
And we're talking budget, the most serious, in my opinion, conversation of the year. And we don't have anyone here to speak. So we're going to move forward. It's my understanding, if we want to do an overview of 2025 to this point, we're in the black on most, all
Yes.
of the budget, correct? We have positive balances in all of our funds, correct?
Correct.
Okay. I know we still have the last quarter to go, but my expectation is barring any emergencies, we'll end the year in the black, which is a good thing. And I don't think that happens every year, correct me if I'm
It
wrong.
does every year.
It does happen
Oh,
every
yeah.
year, we're in the
If
black?
you guys were ever to, okay, so please, for the public's knowledge on that comment needs to be redacted.
Okay. We're always
budget-
in the black.
Always is in the black. Okay, so at any point that the budget is ever, or money needs to ever be borrowed, or that you are in the red, all halt stop, because the state of Ohio and the county will not allow you to operate in a red negative.
And that's what I want to hear.
Correct.
Okay, so that was intentional, thank you. I needed to hear that, I need the public to hear that. I also want to confirm that we have nothing outstanding, no outstanding obligations that we're in arrears on, everything's paid up to date.
Correct.
Everything is fine. Okay. Do we have any grant funding or anticipated reimbursements from any grant funding so far this year that we're still waiting on?
No.
None? Okay. So we have decided, and as we started last year, we're not distributing budget request forms to everyone, to committee chairs and stuff. We do that with the employees at the water department, and we go over in a work session, I guess they used to call them wish lists, if you will. I just want to clarify a few things, which will get clarified towards the end of this. Right now, I want to discuss timelines and deadlines. I don't have my phone. I'll try to do it with the calendar if you want to go along with me. But today being August 5th,
6th.
August 6th, I'm sorry. I'm asking for everyone to have their submissions in
So who are you asking for those submissions?
The mayor,
Okay.
I think he's the only one that would have any submissions to bring to the table, is that correct?
Well,
Until we
like
get
you
to a work
announced
session.
before is you would have the water operators and the sewer operators, they're compiling their lists.
Right.
now.
That I'll report to the mayor.
They don't report to the mayor. They actually would report to council because they're a contractual service. The village employees, which are Misty, George, Jack, and Joe, they report to the mayor. Because this is a contractual service, the water operators and the sewer operators, which they're all different each day, they would just be compiling a list to me. And I would be presenting it to council. So
Perfect.
technically, they are council.
Okay, so is it possible, thank you for the clarification, is it possible to get their submissions by September 3rd?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. Okay. I would like to see the deadline for all submissions on September 3rd.
September 3rd.
Does anyone have any discussion on that?
Not me.
That gives us a month, just
Yeah.
3 days shy of a month.
Yeah.
And I think it's reasonable. Okay. Excuse me. Okay. Any expectations for any deadlines or submissions or anything we need to bring to the table as soon as possible? Okay, if there's any questions on that, you know, we need to, if we have to have an extra meeting in between, we'll do what we need to do, but we need to stay on top of this and make sure we get it done. We've set the expectation, and I also want to just reiterate, when we say we're in the black, that doesn't mean that there's not enough money in a fund to support a project. Sometimes if there's an emergency, we have to go to the general fund and allocate money, correct?
So I probably wouldn't, I wouldn't go that far because you actually have emergency monies and you have capital
Okay.
improvement monies.
Okay,
So I guess when a project would come up, the mayor would bring that to your guys' attention.
okay.
You know, if it's an emergency, you know, emergencies happen and
Right.
you have an emergency fund for those.
Okay, so we do have emergency funds on
Yes.
them? Okay, and we refill those every year, or is that just carryover?
No, so whatever you don't use, those stay in the fund. So as we've used them, and as we have for water emergencies here this year for 2025, those get replenished each time a resident pays their money.
Okay,
So it's built into your rate structure in your water bills.
okay. Thank you. I'm looking, so the way I'm hoping that we're able to do this year is we rank our needs across each committee, each fund, each department. I think, you know, we have the water, we have infrastructure, we have all of these projects that we know need done. I would like to see that come up before something for a park, unless it's an emergency repair. Do you understand what I'm saying, guys?
Yeah.
Do you have any questions?
So far, this list.
Okay, I just think we have, as Courtney's always saying, we have to put our needs before our wants. And I really want us to focus in on that because infrastructure is always our biggest, and we want to make sure that we stay on top of that as much as we possibly can.
And if I can make a comment as well, is that since in the last 2 years, while we've been doing budget for each upcoming year, you guys have not paid attention or gave money to the street funds.
Right.
So, which means that there has been no major projects that have been happening. An example is the State Highway 56. I think we all dodge them each time we drive into town. So what I would really like to look forward to in this budget and like to see from council is that there is money placed for budget projects.
I would agree with you 100%. Do we have any discussion on that?
I think we're definitely on so many projects because I have more citizens tell me about this all the time, about this potholes, and all this situation. Some are complaining about curbs. So we gotta be prepared for this, basically. And,
Craig, your thoughts?
Yeah, we've delayed too much thing over the years. All we doing fighting fires, we need to kind of get something more done.
Right, and I like the way you put that. We've been fighting fires, we've been filling potholes. The time has come where we need to focus directly on our infrastructure, and I think the worst part of it right now, as Courtney alluded to, is State Route 56. It's going to be big, and it's going to take a lot, so we're going to have to think outside the box some.
Okay, and if I could also add on to that is, I have harped several times, and you probably have been sick of me saying this, capital improvement budget is very important. And just so we are all under the understanding of what that means, creating a 5-year capital improvement is really what the focus needs to be, because at this point, the street fund does not get a lot of money, okay? State highway does not get a lot of money.
Right.
So where do you think that money to do these projects are gonna come from?
Right.
Your general fund, which means that these projects are gonna be very large in cost, and meaning that if you want to not put Band-Aids over them any longer, you're gonna have to repair it correctly, which means that it's gonna cost a lot of money to do so. When we talk about capital improvements, what you're doing is you're reserving the right of money to be allotted to certain projects throughout the next 5 years upcoming, which means that you're restricting your funding to go towards a large project, that you may not have money today, but as the years go by in the future, you actually have money to complete these projects, that you're not just taking it out of your general fund all the time. You should be preparing for projects like this that in, say, year 4, we do a major project on the state highway, or in a residential, or, in alleys, or whatever project council decides to do. But having a capital improvement budget is very, very important.
I agree again, and I would love to begin that process as soon as possible with you. I don't know if we need to do that during committee meetings, or I'm not sure the process on how to get started. I will find out what that is, and I would like to have that done, hopefully, to work that in with our 2026 budget. Does that make sense to you?
Okay, so you can't do that. So capital improvement budget is something completely different. I think your focus right now is to do your 2026 budget, because it's
Okay.
coming up.
Okay.
So I think after you guys have had your work sessions with council,
Okay.
and then I think at that point, you guys need to be probably moving forward on approving, because a capital improvement budget needs to be approved by council.
Okay.
And it will have to be followed.
Correct.
And so, once council approves that, and it goes on the 3 readings, so that, again, public input is very important here
It
as
is.
well. So that if the public wants to make an addition to something, or they find that they want to have something happening, or they've noticed something that maybe the committee or committees or council hasn't been paid note to, that they have the opportunity to have, that's the reason why you have it on 3 readings, so that you can actually get community input. So your focus right now, I think, is on 2026 budget, because we need to get that nailed down. Work sessions need to be happening.
Correct.
If there's 1 work session, 3 work sessions, 10 work sessions.
Whatever we need.
Whatever majority rules is how legislation is processed. And you guys making sure that the budget, that I can submit it to the county and the state properly and on time. Then I think your focus is on capital improvements, and that is, if you do attend some of the committee meetings, or if you have a project that you have seen that you wanted that maybe is not in your specific committee, but say you see something on streets that you would like to mention, because again, that will come to a work session as well. Capital improvement budgets will come to work session. So I think at that point, that's when you guys, after your budget for 2026 is completed, maybe you start to focus on what those projects you would like to see in the future.
All right, so I'll just move the capital improvement plan to after we get our budget for 2026 done. So that'll be next year?
I would say later this year.
Later this year, that's
Yeah.
what I would like to see,
Yep.
is later this year. Thank you. Excuse me. All right. Okay, so during that process, we're gonna identify mandatory versus discretionary spending. And if we need to reallocate anything or potentially cut anything, those are all the things that'll be decided during this process. Again, I would like to reach out to the public for your input. We're not doing surveys or anything of that kind. What we are doing is everything that we have from here on out, well, it is 12 months, 12 months. Every meeting is open to the public, okay? Join us in person. We are not required to video all of these committee meetings. So don't expect it to happen every time. This is an important meeting, so I have no objection of doing it today. But I can't bring home the point enough to come in, have a seat, let's have healthy discussions, and get your input. I can't stress that enough. We are going to be scheduling the work sessions. The next finance meeting, of course, will be September 3rd. That's when everyone's going to hopefully bring their submissions. At that point in time, we'll schedule a work session. Okay? So at the next meeting, we will schedule our work session. That is when we all get at the table. Courtney brings it up on the screen, and we go line by line item on everything in our budget, and we determine what we need to put in the budget for 2026. We've all been through it. We all know the process.
Anytime.
Yeah, right. So it's long, it's grueling, but it is mandatory. It is necessary. We cannot function properly without a budget. Courtney, you say it all the time.
That's right,
We have to have that.
correct.
Okay, so the calendar that I have here, we will, at the September 3rd meeting, at that point in time, schedule our work session, which I'm hoping will be within within a week or two after that. I don't think we should wait a month. I think it should be in September. I'm looking at maybe towards September 17th is what I'm putting on my calendar tentatively. Are you following along with me, Courtney? Thank you so much. Then we can have, pending everything going well and everyone in agreement, and the motion is made to take it to council, we should be able to have the first draft completed, last meeting in September. Would you not say?
Yep, and just for the public's knowledge, what's that? Let me pull my.
That is September 22nd,
September 22nd, first reading.
first reading. The second reading will be Wednesday, October 2nd. The third reading will be October 20th. Okay. After that, that's it.
Yeah.
It'll be done. Courtney can submit it in November,
Well, I would be submitting it right after it's passed.
right after it's passed. Then we'll go to submission. We won't have to worry about it in December. We won't have to take it down to the wire. I respectfully would like to make a recommendation. This is the calendar that we follow, with no exceptions.
I agree, because Joyce, sometimes we had so many problems with Courtney, you know, all the years I've been here, we've been down to last minute, remember? Many a times, yeah.
Thank you, David. Craig, any discussion?
I know.
You agree with this? All right, so can I have a second for the recommendation?
I'll second.
Okay, I heard both of you. Who wants to take it?
I'll let Craig do it.
Okay, so
Let
that was
Craig do
Joyce
it.
and Craig. We'll do a roll call on this. David,
Yes.
Joyce,
Yes.
and Craig.
Yes.
Okay,
So that recommendation will go to council Monday at our meeting?
no.
No.
So this is not anything that council needs to be approving of. This
Okay.
is just you tentatively setting it up.
Okay.
So, and again, this can always change. Recommendations don't, there's no motions or laws or anything that comes out of committee meetings. So for the public's knowledge, making a recommendation is just holding the committee accountable.
Okay.
Now, like Joyce said, tentatively, this is the schedule she would like to follow.
Yes.
Now, have things happen? Yes, they have. Have work sessions may not work out for everybody, the
That's-
date that she has.
right.
That may change. So some of these readings, it's not saying that this is set in stone. So recommendations that come out of this is just saying, hey, we would like to, as Joyce has mentioned, 2026 budget is important. She wants to get everybody's feedback. This might be, council members can't make it, maybe the mayor hasn't had his budget information prepared correctly. Maybe I'm waiting for something, because I do have to reach out to vendors as well. So I have to be on their time frame as well as what they want to give to me. So,
Understood.
yeah,
Understood.
This is just something she would like to stay on board with.
But I think coming in and saying, I'm sorry, nobody's gotten back with me yet, is not an acceptable excuse for not having numbers. We need to stay on them, and they need to get the numbers.
Yeah.
So, excuse me. I would like to also preface that this is for committees also. If you have money flowing into your budget every year, and you have any comments on that or requesting any changes, same deadline. Same deadline. We need to follow that.
Yeah.
Okay, any other questions in regards, we don't need to schedule a work session today,
Correct.
okay? We'll do that at the next meeting,
Right.
after we get the numbers. Any other questions on budget before we move forward?
I don't have any.
All right. I'm not sure, I spoke with Mr. Reinscheld, and he did not, the SAL meeting at the Legion was last night. He did not present the gazebo project to his board because he's waiting for a quote. So, in case that got missed in communication, Courtney, could you please get a quote on just the materials for the gazebo?
So is that not including labor or just, like you said, just materials?
Just materials, because the labor will be provided.
Okay. Just making a note of this.
Thank you. Let me know when you're ready.
Labor is, okay,
Labor provided.
okay.
No labor.
All right.
The second quote that I'm asking for, and if you want me to get a recommendation from Park and Rec, I can. I would like to have a quote to see what it's going to cost to repave the parking lot at Mason Park.
And that's to make the repairs as well, correct?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. And I'm not gonna worry about extending it because we haven't even discussed that. I think right now, we just need to go with the repairs. And before we move forward with that project, we'll talk about that more in Parks and Rec at 1 o'clock. Before we move forward with adding another project, let's get some money, funding. Let's get some funding.
Now, are these quotes, so I guess to be clear, are these quotes will be for 2026 budget? Is that what we're gonna be?
It's gonna have to be,
Okay.
yes. Does anyone have any questions or concerns about what the goal is in getting these quotes?
I'm glad they're doing something about the gazebo. That's a historical building. I've done some background on that, and it goes back to 1898, so.
So will he be taking that back to the American Legion, the quote for the material? Okay. All right.
He sure will. Do we have any other outstanding items that we need to discuss for finance? That it?
That's it for me.
Honestly, I thought it was gonna go a lot longer than this.
I do have POs though.
Yeah, I have that on here for POs. If you-
Purchase orders, not,
Purchase orders.
not what acronyms we use, okay?
Okay, all right, thank you, everyone. I'm glad that we are in agreement of the itinerary that we brought forth for moving forward. I hope that we can stick to it and everyone cooperates with that. I'm looking forward to getting this budget nailed down. I know Courtney is as well, and get submitted. Of course, that means we're gonna be into the winter season. I'm not looking forward to that, but, whatever.
It's gotta snow.
It's got to snow. Hey, you got to take it all. It's, we can't be picky. And as always, I also want to you know, sometimes we put Courtney under the gun to get things done, and so first, I'll apologize for that.
That's all right.
But we certainly do appreciate your willingness as a part-time employee to, even on your day off, always be willing to
Yep.
run numbers,
Thank you.
fax things, send things, create things, make calls.
Yep.
Thank you. Thank you for all of your efforts. We appreciate it.
You're welcome.
All right, let's sign paperwork,
Okay. All right, so I will come over there, if you don't mind.
whatever you want to do.
Okay. All right. And as we do each time, you know what, I never have to have a microphone right here. Everybody seems to hear me on the meeting okay, right?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, so,
Until he does that.
yeah, until he puts it down below, right?
It's
Okay.
a little bit different operation this time.
A little bit.
Oh, tone me down a little bit, right?
You know, in 14 years, first time I sat up here to sign the papers.
I know, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so here are your guys' OPERs from last month, as usual. Okay, and the next ones that you guys are gonna see, this one is for supplies that we get at Mid-MD Solutions. Those were for the radar signs.
Now, Courtney, you want me to stack them here for you?
Yes, if you
Okay,
could,
I'll
please.
do that for
Yep.
you. Okay.
And this is IT, as we know, I am not an IT person, but we do have Sheehy Systems that handles all our IT. This was to help Misty with her email she was having problems with. This was concrete that everybody probably has seen there in front of the dairy freeze when we fixed a valve. This one's never a good one. This, as we've been speaking about, probably I think in every committee, especially in finance, this is for the water pump for the vac truck. And I think it was announced in the last meeting that thankfully the vac truck is up in operation. So that is very important asset to our.
I'm glad they got that all in operation
Yep.
That was
again,
a big
yeah.
expense.
This is a one-time Badger meter subscription. This is a once a year, yes, subscription for all of our meters and Misty's system up there. This here is actually money that I can say on myself is that we actually saved in installing the water pump. So obviously you guys are just signing the water pump itself. This is actually the labor and cost it took to install it. So that's actually been a savings of at least probably $6,000 there altogether. Okay, so this is Microcom. This is the SCADA system that is down at our water plant that is used so that we can be online and operate and monitor the water plant but via your phone. This is not a new subscription. This has been since the plant's been online in 2017. And this is our first payment to Pistick Law in regards to our nuisance and abatement attorney that we've hired. Okay, and this is for the, this is Darby Creek Nursery on purchasing some flowers.
The tiptoe through the tulips, right?
Well, I don't think, no, I think they were 2 minutes. This is chlorine. And again, what you're seeing here is a purchase order that they're currently working on at the sewer plant. This is a project that was put in the 2025 budget, okay? Again, this is chemicals for the water plant. And you're actually signing the purchase order for the law director here. You know, you guys signed the check. This is actually the purchase order that's used.
Okay.
And these are toilets for our August 30th event. Portable.
2 of them?
Now, they call that the,
Yes, so that's, they're
Yeah.
2 separate vendors.
now they call that the John Law.
Okay, so this is
Wow.
chemical for the water plant. These are sign supplies, you can take all 3 of those. This is gravel that we're needing. We're gonna put some gravel in the alleys. This is a supply for the water department. This is an addition, so you might wanna put this is a, you know, we, instead of having 2 porta potties, that is for the second option as well. And these are to replace the light bulbs over there at the, I'm not sure what you call that, it's over at the gazebo, but the light pillars.
Yes.
Yeah.
There was some bulbs that.
Yeah, they've been out for a while, yeah.
And that's all that I have. Not a lot today.
Okey doke.
I didn't realize porta johns were so expensive for one day.
Yeah.
If they add up.
Holy
I think
moly.
they do just because they have to come and get them.
Ah,
Yeah.
We had a football picnic one time, we turned one over the coach in it.
Oh,
just in
no.
case, gentlemen, that you have any questions about why we're having 4, I think I should advise you, the reason for that is we have six teams playing round robin baseball. That's a lot of people, some from out of state that are coming in. So we have measured 300+ feet back by between Diamond 3 and Diamond 5 to put a handicap and a regular porta-john back there. And then the, where we have the festivities, if you will, we're putting them, instead of out by the road, we're putting them all on the backside, on the other side of the concession, all the way back to where that second road is, almost to the woods, to the end of the property. And that's 330 feet. We are well beyond our 300 feet for the wells.
I'm glad you got something for the handicap. too.
And we're getting 2 handicap and 2
Good,
regular.
Good, good.
Just for your benefit,
Love
so.
disabled people.
And again, that was already in the budget, just so you guys know. That was, the Porta John's cost is already in there because, again, because of movie night, you know, we have to have, you know, facilities, you know, just because of children, if you have to go to the bathroom, an emergency,
Yeah.
that they're available during those, so.
Okay.
It was already fixed in the budget.
All right. All right, does anyone have anything else to present to the Finance Committee before we adjourn? All right, the meeting at 11, what time do you have?
49.
11:49 is adjourned. Thank you, gentlemen, thank you, Courtney. Okay, we got that. Good meeting.
Go home and get some chow.
So,